Hello students, good afternoon. Yesterday we have done cyclotron. In cyclotron that we have done, that is the device to accelerate any particle to the highest energy, for example proton, neutron, alpha particle. And there we have done the construction of cyclotron and their theory, that in theory we have to find out radius of the circular path and the time taken by this one for revolution. And after this one we have find the kinetic energy of the charged particle. Then there is a disadvantage also. We have done that disadvantage, that negative charge particle, for example electron, we can't accelerate, and neutron particle also can't accelerate because they are the neutron not having charge. So in this one we have done that in presence of electric field and magnetic field, charged particle will get accelerated and start rotating in circular path. Now today we will do that force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. When we are taking a current carrying, we have find out force before this topic, F equal to QEV sin theta. Okay, then this force came when we have taken a charge Q inside a magnetic field, then force act on charged particle, that force will be F equal to QVB sin theta. Now we will find a force on a current carrying conductor in magnetic field. Now we are not taking only single charge, but now we are taking a complete conductor. This conductor we are taking, this one is the conductor, and this conductor we are keeping inside the magnetic field. Then their magnetic field is acting there in that direction, that is B in this direction. There is a magnetic field. Inside this magnetic field we are taking conductor. Then we will find the what is the force will act on this conductor. Now let there is a length on this conductor is acting of this length, L length, and there is a charge particle, and there on this one their current is acting in this one direction, I current, and there is a charge particle and this charge is moving, current is acting in this one direction. Everyone know about this, that electron flow inside the conductor, that will be opposite to the direction of current, and their current is in any conductor is only due to the flow of electron. Now this one electron we are taking, and this electron, if current is acting in this one direction, then electron will flow in this one direction with v velocity. Clear? And B will act on this one, that is the perpendicular on this conductor, like this one, that is the direction of B, this one B component. Clear to everyone? There is a velocity of charged particle in this one direction, B is acting in this one direction, then I is acting in this one direction. Then force will act in which direction? You know about this one, that direction of force, how we can find this direction? We will find by using the Fleming left hand thumb rule. This already we have done left hand rule, that is how Fleming left hand rule we can use. This one we will use our left hand, and there from this left hand, as we stretch our forefinger, thumb and the middle finger, then forefinger indicating direction of B and the middle finger indicating direction of the motion of charged particle, then thumb will indicate direction of force. As we are taking direction of V in this one direction and B in this one direction, then force will act in this one direction of the charged particle on the conductor. Then how we can find this force? What is the amount of this force? As we know, let a conductor of length L, area of cross section A, carrying current I along, here we can write there X, and here we can write there this direction. Then current is acting along Y direction. Then direction of charged particle, direction of electron will be along x-axis, x direction. Understood? And move with drift velocity. In second unit you have done already. What is drift velocity? That is the velocity taken by the charged particle in the conductor. Drift velocity Vd. Understood? Then magnetic force act on this charged particle. Then magnetic force, now magnetic force acts by each electrons, that will be F equal to electron, then on electron there is negative charge, then E Vd into B. From where this relation, that when we are taking any charged particle, then we don't know that F equal to K V cross B. This relation we have done, that from this one our came that FVB sin theta. From this relation we are writing this one F, there is just charge, here charge we are taking electron, and V as the LST velocity, here we are taking drift velocity for the electron, into B. B is the magnetic field. Now if there is a n number, if n equal to number of electrons per unit volume, then total number of electrons in conductor, total number of electron in conductor equal to n equal to n into volume. So volume we can write there n into AL. Volume we can write there volume equal to area into length. Volume equal to area into length, and this we can write there A into L V. From this relation we can write it. Now this one our total number of the electrons that is present in this one conductor, then total force on this conductor we can write there F equal to n multiply, then we can write there F dash this one. Now n we have done, then A n AL into F dash we have to find out electron minus Vd into B. This multiply their total number of electron with the magnetic force due to one electron. This one is the magnetic force due to one electron, and there is a total number of electron which lie inside the conductor. Then we will multiply it, then total force on the conductor will come out. Now from this relation we can write there E n A, electron we are taking outside. Now inside left there Vd into Bd, this negative sign, then we will take this one opposite direction. Now we know that Vd is equal to that drift, this one current, we can write there current equal to acting in this direction of the Y component. Then there is a length along this one L length, then velocity we can write there, as we know that velocity equal to, that is current VD L equal to VD equal to I. Then from here we can write their opposite direction. That's why here we can write NEA. VD we are taking, and here will come N. NEA VD into length into magnetic field. Now from here we can write it. Here this, then here we will write force. Our force equal to I L cross B. Then from this relation F equal to B I L. This one is a total force, then B I L sine theta. As we remove this cross, then here we will take sine theta. Then our total force will be come out. Now again you can see this one. Let there we are taking a conductor. Inside the conductor we are keeping the magnetic field. Then this one is the velocity of the electron acting in this one direction. Current is acting in this one direction. Then due to one electron force will act this one. Total number of electron inside the conductor this one. Then total force acting on this one. Multiply total number of electron with the force due to one electron. Then we will solve it. Then our answer will come out F equal to I L cross B. As we remove this cross, then we can write there sine theta. So our result will come F equal to B I L sine theta. Clear to everyone? Next our topic, force due to two parallel current carrying conductor. Force due to two parallel current carrying conductor. Now we are taking this one two parallel wire. Here we are taking two parallel wire. This one is the force due to two parallel current carrying wire. Then if we are taking one wire, this one, and their current direction we are taking I1 in that direction. Second wire we are taking I2. Their current is acting in this one direction. Then due to these two parallel current carrying wire, then what will be amount of the force? This we will find out. Now as this one, let we are taking this point. On this point, then their current is acting in this one direction. Then due to this one, then if both current direction will be remain same, then force will act inward direction perpendicular to this one. Then F1 will act in this one direction, and B due to this one, then B will act in this one direction. How we can find this one? Then there, remember it, there B will be act by second wire. That's why we are taking B2. Here we are taking first, and there we are taking second wire. This one is the current due to first wire I1. Then due to this current carrying conductor, B2 is acting in outward direction. So current is acting this one direction, B2 is acting this one direction. Then by using the Fleming left hand rule, we can find direction of F1 in this direction. Same here on this point, if we are finding, then due to this current carrying I1, then B magnetic field will act in this one direction. Here we can write there B1. Why we are writing here B1? Because this magnetic field only due to this wire. Now force act due to this one direction, then F2 will act in this direction. How we can find direction of F2? By using Fleming left hand rule. There this direction given, this given, then by using Fleming left hand rule we can find direction of F2. Now their force we can find. What we have taken, let two long parallel conducting wire with current. Their current is acting I1 and I2. Let their separation between them is, we are taking R. Let R is separation between them. So magnetic field first we will magnetic field by I1, then B1 we can write there mu1 I1 2 pi R. From where this one came, everyone know, I think. Then in previous topic we have done magnetic field due to current carrying straight wire, then the result came our B equal to mu naught I by 2 pi. From that there we are taking straight wire, then on the straight wire there is a magnetic field on the straight current carrying wire B1, that is a mu naught current I1 is acting 2 pi R. Now next there is a force, then due to presence of current I1, current I2 and magnetic field B1, then force F2 will act on wire 2. Then due to presence of the current I2 this one wire is acting, due to presence of this one, then due to this current wire, then B1 will act, then both in the presence, then F2 will act, then this F2 will be equal to, in previous topic we have done that force equal to F equal to BIL due to the conductor, current carrying conductor. So F2 we can write there B1, L is the length and I is the current which is acting on second wire, because there we are finding the force on second wire. Then we can write there F2 equal to BIL, then their angle also will come, that is sin theta, then that's why we can write here sin. So angle between them L and B, there is a 90 degree angle, so we can write there 90 degree. B1 L I2, that is F2 angle. Now put value of B1 from this relation, here relation we have to find out B1, then from B1 this relation now put value of B1. F2 we can write there F2 equal to I2L, and B1 value we can write there mu naught I1 by 2 pi R. Understood? Now from here we can write there mu1 I1 I2 mu1 I1 I2 into L divided by 2 pi R. This one here force. This one due to the parallel current carrying wire B1, F2 we had to find out, then F2 our came this one. So now our force per unit length we can find F equal to force per unit length on second wire, so we can find their mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi R. This one is the force on second wire due to parallel current carrying conductor. Now same hence force on another wire F1, that also will be remain same. F1 equal to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r, that is into L length. Force per unit length, then F1 divided by L, that is small f, equal to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. There is a force on first wire, second wire, both relation will be remain same. Remember it, there is a note: if direction of current means I1 I2 direction is same, then force attractive. Clear? Second condition, if direction of current is different, force repulsive. Now this topic is completed. Now do this derivation properly in fair notebook, and up to this topic try to do solve numericals. Next topic we will do tomorrow. Thank you.